This is Hell Let Loose. We're here on Xbox Series S taking a look at this intense military simulation title that aims to provide a more authentic, slower and cumbersome World War experience. So this is a very tactical game. If you're wondering, hey, you're running around a lot, you're doing stuff, I'm trying to make it look a little bit more exciting from a video perspective. So keep that in mind, you veteran players out there. Don't get too mad at me. I'm trying to entice people to be more interested in this. But yes, this game is very, very slow paced. You're supposed to take your time, you're supposed to walk places because you get shot and you die and then you're killed in action. So what are we getting here on the Series S? 1080p, 60 FPS, there's crossplay support, and kind of all the bells and whistles of regular gameplay, including the long wait times to redeploy. So much fun. So much fun. So yeah, this is, like I was mentioning, a very, very intense tactical shooter game. Now, I do find that there is a lot of walking and a lot of waiting in this game. Waiting, walking, walking. Now, if you have a properly set up squad where you have, garrisons, I didn't get the commander thing this time around, I joined a group that I kind of hopped into. You shouldn't be having to move too far because your team can set up posts and garrisons and posts as in like these little outposts that you could spawn on, and that will allow you to get into the action a little bit more quickly. There are some vehicle elements in this one. And in the Series S, it actually doesn't look that bad. The whole experience is here. At times, it's quite sharp. At other times, it could be a little low resolution, if that makes sense. Like, you can definitely sort of find, like, trees and stuff looks pretty low res, some of them. Especially in, like, you look out in the distance and stuff. But I think for the most part, it does actually look pretty good. Compared to, kind of the Series X version, that's like 4K, so that does look significantly sharper, but I think the Series S actually provides a pretty decent experience. Now, the same sort of, like, little technical things are here with this one, too. Little, like, stutters and stuff, you might have noticed them here or there. That seems to just kind of be part of the servers and whatnot, and just the game experience in general. So keep that in mind if you're wondering about the performance. So this is a game that's also very much about communication. You are working as a team to get the job done. You need to take positions, you need to battle, you need to communicate. So that's a big part of this, is actually listening to your group. And there's a really well done layering of communication in regards to, like, your overall kind of, sort of leader. Oh, look, there's the album art. And that's another one of the maps. Anyways, yeah, so you got like an overall leader, squad leaders, your local group, tons of distinct audio channels that you can use in order to communicate and get across what needs to be done. There's a supply system that's present, and like I said, it's quite tactical gameplay wise. So you also notice on the bottom of the screen that we have this like really helpful sort of UI thing, and then you can hold right on the D-pad and that will pop up sort of a UI that will help you kind of be like, hey, where are you going, what you doing? There are like some slight variations on modes. There's one where it's a back and forth sort of like tug of war, cover taken whatever system, and then there's one where it's a straightforward attack and defend. One team attacks, one team defends, and those are kind of the scenarios. There are a number of different maps that have different visual aesthetics to them, and I think that's quite cool. You need to be careful about like friendly attacks on your teammates, and again, you need to be smart, as literally any bullet can shoot you down. But yeah, you do not move very fast. You are a slow player. I'm trying to be like around these guys so it looks a little bit more, intensive and stuff like that. Some people have a lot of fun with this one. Some people get a lot of kills. Other people find it, to be really, really slow. If you find that this one's a little bit too slow, I do suggest taking a look at Insurgency. I do quite like that one. But I do also think that this one can be quite fun. There's definitely, there's a lot that's interesting about this game that's actually kind of neat. And there's some other stuff where it's just like, you just wander around and you get shot. And that's kind of a lot of the game, too. And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, if you're doing it right, and blah, blah, blah. But for a lot of people, if they're just jumping into this game for the first time and they're trying to play it, it can be so slow. And I can definitely see that why that is kind of an issue in regards to keeping people really engaged with this one is the biggest problem. Can we not get any closer spots? Definitely don't want to spawn back there, otherwise that is a long walk. Okay. We'll spawn here, we'll see what happens. And there's different roles, you can fill different weapons. I wanted a bit of an assault rifle, so, you know, I kind of went with this. There is, like, you know, kind of like sniper things, explosive stuff, tons of different little places you can fit into. Everybody contributes to the battle, and it's a neat system. The funny thing is I haven't even like come across anybody yet on this map, which is kind of funny. Oh, there's a guy. And like you can see, you know, like it's like a single bullet is just like down. I think he would have hit the mines anyways, but he's dead. And you don't get any sort of like indicator that you've really damaged someone. I destroyed an enemy outpost, so I assume they actually, someone had snuck up here and they set an outpost down, so yeah, that was kind of good. You can also like prone around. Like, it can feel really intense, and it can also feel really, really slow and boring. And again, I'm not trying to make this sound really bad, because I know there's a lot of very passionate individuals out there that love this game, but I am trying to be realistic too, that a lot of people would look at this and just be like, oh wow, this game takes forever to do stuff. You know, I'm sure there's moments that are action-packed, you know, I've seen some, like, score posts of people getting a lot of kills and stuff. You know, that's cool. Ah, freaking lag stuff. I wish they could smooth that out. You would have thought like this, because we're playing this a little bit after launch, like, actually, quite a few months after launch, they would have smoothed out the sort of stuttering thing. Kind of hoping he doesn't see me. And I noticed with like the lower res, it's like a little harder to target things. Did I knock his helmet off but not kill him? I don't know if he's dead or not, because it's like a little blurrier in the distance, so that could be a little bit detrimental. But they do keep up like the fauna and the flora and everything, which is good. Oh yeah, I got him. Okay. At least I think I shot that guy. Someone else could have. But yeah, you can see like this place is very dense. There's a lot going on here. It's sort of a lively world of conflict and battles, and you know, that part's interesting. You can go into a lot of different buildings, and there's a lot of different like structural setups. And it has a lot of different biomes and environments. You know, this is very much traditional, like sort of garden city type area, but you might get like a map that's like a bit snowy. Like the snow maps are really cool. You might get something that's a little bit more like marshland. No, that's a teammate. You know, there's a lot of different stuff for you to come across and different environments for you to fight. There's like a Normandy themed one, which is really quite cool. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, like, again, like I want to say the biggest thing is it's like potential for this one. I think a lot of people are already having fun with it. Oh, come on. A lot of people are already having a lot of fun with it. And some people look at this and they're just like, ugh, no. So it's not going to be for everyone. I kind of look at it like this to a degree. It's like Battlefield, but very slow and more realistic. So it's actually trying to be more of a hardcore military sim. And I think it might be the most kind of meticulous, like really focused on being a military sim. Like I would say, you know, kind of Insurgency, but a little bit more faster pace. You look at like DayZ, it's a little more survival, and that one's got a lot of little things you got to deal with. But like warfare-wise, I'm not sure there's really something that quite measures up to this one in regards to the combat style of it. And it does seem to have kept a healthy player base going. You know, matchmaking does seem to be pretty quick, so maybe it's even growing in size. It's hard to say. But, you know, I haven't seen that there have been any issues finding matches, so it is something that is I don't know if thriving is the word I'd go for, but it's definitely got a community that is supporting it, playing it, and enjoying what it has to offer. So that's the biggest thing. You know, if you're looking for action, you're not going to find it here. This feels like some performance-ish kind of drops. Yeah. Like I said, there's some, you know, technical stuff on this one still that they need to iron out. It's better, but yeah, I'm definitely feeling some drops here. At least the combat is feeling a little action-packed here in this spot. And there are quite a few players on the map too, which is nice. You know, if they tried this in a earlier generation, there'd probably be a lot less players, right? Because the tech just wouldn't be there to support that, but luckily we're able to enjoy high player counts and stuff, so that's nice. Oh yeah, this performance is just like kind of, I don't know if you were seeing that like when it shows up in the video, but yeah, it really felt like performance was dragging there. Which is odd because usually it actually does run pretty smooth. So it looks decent, delivers some action. Definitely takes its time to deliver you into the battlefield. Oh, and you do not want to die fast because it, like it almost kind of punishes you, if that makes sense, for like dying really quickly. It's not something super fun to deal with. So we can like change, like there's different like class units here. You can do like a sniper combo thing. There's armor with the tank stuff. You got your scoreboards. Be careful where you spawn again. Actually, I kind of want to spawn up here. Let's see if we can push towards that next spot there. Oh yeah, right in the open field. That's a great idea. Yeah, some of the trees and stuff looks really blurry on here, which is kind of funny. It's used to it looking a lot sharper. I don't think it's necessarily like the most beautiful game out there. I'm saying on like the Series X, but it does usually look a lot sharper than this. I was like getting shot from the roof or the guy from the right there. Should I let go? But yeah, you'll see I'll get like a 30-second respawn or something. Plus the 10-second redeploy. Can't forget that. And that's where I can see some frustration going in for some people, being like, oh, died, and now I'm like punished for dying. Yeah, it's like a 30-second respawn. It's like, deploy location has been overrun. Yeah, we lost it. Should have just spawned in the south. What is that one? Actually can't really see where that is on the... Oh, it's just like nothing? Okay. So we got these options. That one's under a red alert. Guess we'll just keep spawning here. But that's another thing that's a pain, is like, if your crew is not taking spots, not building spots, you will have to walk. You will basically be punished for not having a team that has enough positions for you to actually spawn off of. And that can be really tiring to deal with. And the maps are actually quite big. You may see that we're kind of going through the same areas, but that's where the combat's kind of focused. But like this is massively large. And as I've been saying, you know, you might be like, oh, you're not playing it right and stuff. I did say at the beginning of the video that I am trying to show a little bit more action here, because a lot of the other time, you know, you'd be like sort of like crouching around, you'd be like tactically leaning and kind of being like, oh, is anybody there? You know, like waiting, camping a little bit, crouching and running, and you know, it's a very different game to play if you're actually trying to be very serious about the style of it. Whereas I'm going for a more casual, sort of little bit of action-y kind of focus, being like, oh, there's all this stuff going on. As the idea is to kind of entice people that might be like, I don't know. But other people, I do want to give, again, fair warning that it's not the speediest of games. It looks decent, though. It definitely does look decent. Just wish a lot more of it was sharper. But when you've got, like, a lower resolution going on like this, it makes sense. Because they want to keep that performance up. But even then, it's, like, weird that they haven't completely ironed this one out, performance-wise. I am almost a little perplexed by that. I have a feeling there's like some guys over here. I feel like that's not gonna go very far. Okay, so we definitely know that there's a guy over on the other side there. Yeah, see if I can go around this way, because he's on the other side of the fence. He obviously shot our one guy that was beside us. So that guy's really into it. Oh! Trying to run to the other side, I guess, getting tripped up on my teammate's body down there. I wonder if my teammate actually survived. I will let go. Let it go. Let it go. I'm just kidding. So now I have to redeploy. Lovely. Alrighty then, so where is this spawn? Garrison 3. Having a hard time seeing it on the map. So that's, okay, so it's like HQ, HQ, Garrison, Garrison, Garrison. Where's this garrison? It's not something we can actually spawn on. So you can spend a lot of your time waiting to deploy. Which makes sense sometimes if you die fast, I guess. They want to slow your horses or doing stuff. It looks like we are losing positions, which is not great. And these matches go on for a very, very long time. Was it like hour long or something like that? It's like they're pretty long. You can see at the top there, top middle of the screen, there's not a whole lot of time left, but you know, these matches actually do take a long time to go through. And that's actually almost a perfect amount of time in regards to the video length here that I'm going to do. Ooh, I think I knocked that guy's helmet clean off. I hope that was a kill too. It was, okay. And those like loud controller things, that's the mortars going off. Ow. I will bandage myself because I feel bad for that attack. Defend the structures, but you can see where there's a lot of opportunities for you to kind of like sneak behind enemy lines, and there's a lot of like little stealth bits that you can play in this one. Stab mortars. Who needs to heal when one shot kills you anyways? Where's that even from? Are they on the roof, or is that just like the low res grass? I honestly no idea where I got shot there. So sometimes when you're sitting there, the whizzing of the bullets over top of you can be kind of cool. You know, you can feel the intensity as you sort of prone along to get to places. Other times it's just kind of like, ugh. Wow, we actually got one out in the field again? That's a little surprising. It's a bit late for that, but it's good, because we need to hold this down until this match ends, which is going to be very soon. So now we just get to enjoy the pleasure of sitting here in the company of each other as we wait for the countdown clock to end. Which is, yeah. Anytime. We're almost ready, guys. We're almost there. Oh, it looks like my deployment got delayed there, so now I have to wait another 30 seconds there. So as you can tell, this is a very riveting experience sometimes. The real fun is the waiting that we did along the way to hopefully get into a match. Just kidding. feel like the match is ticking down before we actually even get to deploy and stuff. Yeah, we got 15 seconds left. Thrilling.